And we're back. This is Carlisle with another video. In today's video, we will be going over what a CBDC is and the countries that are going around developing CBDC. So let's get into it. The name of this video will be Central Bank and Digital Currencies Navigating the Future of Finance. So, starting the introductory, what is the definition of a CBDC? Define what a CBDC, central banking digital currency, is. It is a digital form of a country's fiat currency regulated by the central bank, right? Its connection to cryptocurrency, right? CBDCs are a little bit different from Bitcoin and Ethereum because they're regulated and backed by the central banking currency of that country, as opposed to cryptocurrency is backed by various different companies, corporations, and therefore after even groups or venture capitalists. Why CBDCs? It addresses the need for CBDCs and it enhances the financial efficiency and security. CBDCs are a tool for inclusion with examples from the United States, China, Europe, Canada, and Mexico, right? So CBDCs are centralized and issued as a legal tender. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized and operate outside the traditional banking systems. Both CBDCs and cryptocurrencies are digital in nature, but CBDCs are backed by the central authority, while cryptocurrencies rely on blockchain technology and peer-to-peer networks. Synergies. CBDCs and cryptocurrencies have the potential to coexist and to complement each other in the financial market. There are potential synergies between CBDCs and cryptocurrencies in terms of achieving common goals like financial inclusion and efficiency. Now, let's get into it, right? The United States, as of now, does not have an out loud pilot or development of a CBDC, but going to this website. Now, this website is called the AtlanticCouncil.org. This council actually tracks the CBDCs going on across the world. And as you can see, there are 11 across the world launched, 21 pilot, 33 in development, 46 in research, 16 in active, and 2 council. But let's go to the United States in particular. So, as of now, it says the technology and infrastructure is undecided. The access is undecided. Technology partners and cross borders. Now, interesting thing is, it says in March 2022, the Biden administration signed an executive order on ensuring the response and innovation in digital assets. In other words, there is an upcoming CBDC that will be developed for the United States that people need to pay attention to. The executive order calls for reinforcing American leadership in financial systems, maintaining the stability of financial systems, and exploring the possible CBDC. The order encourages research efforts of the Feds, calls for the U.S. involvement in cross-border and multilateral testing, and promotes standard-setting efforts by the United States, right? In May 2022, former Vice Chair, Federal Reserve Governor Leon Bernard testified in Congress regarding the Fed's authority to issue a CBDC. I guess she was trying to kind of push that back, but this is to let you know that it's being developed. And it says Project Cedar is a joint wholesale cross-border CBDC project with the Federal Reserve Bank of New York and Monetary Authority of Singapore. In 2023, there's a new report that found that the distributed ledger technology could improve in operating speed in the cross-border multi-currency payments. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. The word around town as far as CBDCs is that FedNow, which I've shown that website, when we showed with FedNow, I was able to show you how it connects to future XRPL, XRP cross-border payments. It was on the website. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it for you now, real time, just to show you I'm not just barking. Let's see. All right. Now, mind you, I want to keep it in mind that FedNow was launched in July 1st, 2023. So this is something that just happened not too long ago. Let's see how the payments are run. Let's see. Let's explore the city. And if I remember right, It's in the Showcase Theater. All right, go to the Showcase Theater. Right, and it's volatile. It's under a company name Volatile. Give me just a moment. Should be finding it. Let's see. Interesting. And there's been more partnerships added since. Here we go right here. Click on Volatile. If you click in the segment, functions and different things of that nature. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, is that still here? Oh, I know they didn't remove that. Let's see. Oh, I know they didn't remove it. Let's see. Here we go. Right here. It says accessibility to other U.S. payment types, ACH, same day ACH, RTP, Fed wire fund services, chips. It says extensibility to traditional cross-border payments, the SWIFT monetary system, which is probably going to be taken out by the ISO 222 protocol, and next generation cross-border, Ripple. As you can see right here, people, I'm trying to give you the clues and the answers to the test is what is about to go on financially in our world. Because as you can see right here on the FedNow government website connected to the future CBDC cross-border projects payment, you see right here, Ripple, right? Ripple, Visa Direct, Visa Business to Business, MasterCard, Send, and others. You're seeing it right here, people. Pay attention, because when people tell you, when people give you a clue, you might want to take it, right? So that's probably more than likely where it's going to go. The next country we kind of want to look at is China. It says the People's Bank of China initiated the digital yen pilot in 2020, making China one of the first economies to test the CBDC. The digital, what is it? The digital yen is designed to replace some cash in circulation. It's not a crypto asset, but basically a digital form of the official currency, and it can be used for many types of transactions, even without the internet connection. The digital yen is already in use by millions of people in China, and its full launch could reshape the world's second largest economy with implications for a global financial system. You're seeing it right here. And just to go to make sure, I'm going to check on this website again, just to kind of show people. Let's see. That's Russia. Let's see, where is China? We go right here, right? It says the timeline. In 2027, as part of the wider push to develop higher sectors, China launched a digital project, the digital currency electronic payments. Later, the Central, he says in 2020, China piloted the digital currency in 4 cities, allowing commercial banks to run internal tests like convergence between cash and digital money, accounting for bank accounts and payments. In August, the pilot program expanded to 28 major cities across 10 regions. As of June 2021, the PBOC announced that more than 20 million personal and 3.5 corporate wallets have been opened. Then these are digital win wallets. So they have 20 million people on digital currency there and close to 4 million corporate wallets with a total value of $5.3 billion. According to October 2021, they have 123 individual wallets and 9 million corporate wallets, right? Now, he says reports from early 2022 indicate more than 260 million wallets have been opened, right? So, if we're going by that, how many do you think are there now? If it was 200 at 2020, 226 million at 2020, I can pretty much guarantee you that half or close to half of the country of China is already on a central banking digital currency. Pay attention, because for some reason, a lot of these things are not talked about. And I guess people think we have an option on what's going on and they're just going to be oblivious. Well, you might want to pay attention, because it's looking like close to half of the population of China, the regular citizens, are already on CBDC. That's already more. That's more people than the United States put together. Time to pay attention, right? And they looks like they have the infrastructure. It's unaccessed and it's retail and wholesale. And the pilot's already out, right? Now, let's go to the next one. Europe. It says the Eurozone announced plans to launch a digital euro with the pilot projects expected to start in 2022. The digital euro aims to provide a secure and access form of central banking money, and it would be legal tender, just like banknotes and coins. The adoption will depend on the success of the pilot projects and the decision of the European Central Bank. If successful, it could have a significant impact on the European zone's financial landscape, cross-border payment transactions, and a monetary policies. So let's go to see what's going on in Europe, if that's passed right now or not. Let's see. Alrighty. I had to guess right here. It's not what I wanted, but it's all good. Europe right here. Let's see. All right, Europe area. Now, it says the European Central Bank commissions multiple exploratory reports on the feasible digital euro in 2020 and 2021. The ECB's working paper suggests a two-tier system for general purpose central bank and digital currency. In July 2021, the EBC announced that it would launch a 24-month investigation phase for the digital euro project, which aims to address key issues regarding design and distribution of a digital euro. The investigation phase will include focus groups, prototyping, and conceptual work. In 2022, the European Commission announced that it would propose a bill that would serve as legal foundation. In May 2022, EBC President Cristaldo stated that she would be backing a digital currency. So it says further pilot is set to begin 2023. Now, I know for a fact that at the moment in time, the digital euro project has actually been said that they were going to start very soon. Let's see. This is their website. All right. Let's just go to the timeline. All right. It says the preparation phase, which starts in November 2023, will focus on preparing for the development of a digital euro. It builds on findings of our investigation phase. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if we use common sense, we know that right now they're testing that in that country. And we know that if they're beginning the phase, that means implementation will be before probably the end of 2024, which means that their whole saying of you will own nothing and be okay with it by 2023 is going according to plan, as we see right here, right? These things are in development, they're in conversations, and people are ignoring them while they're going through in the background. And let's go to Canada. It says Canada officially stated researching and exploring the possibility of a CBDC in 2018. The Bank of Canada has been actively studying and experimenting with the concept. The CBDC in Canada is designed to coexist with cash and other payments of digital payments, other forms of digital payments. It aims to be secure, accessible, and resilient with a strong focus on user privacy. The current status is in development phase, but the potential impact, especially in terms of modernizing payment systems and ensuring financial stability. Well, let's go to his website and see what's going on. Let's see how close it is to actually being released. Right. It says, right, as of now, it says the Bank of Canada outlined technological infrastructures underlying existing retail CBDCs in September 2022. Staff note launched a public consultation process in November. In 2023, the Bank of Canada will experiment with offline CBDC payments with focus on financial inclusion. Well, that means that that's being worked on as of now at the moment, right? It says, and just to add some things to it, it says the BOC also has a significant footprint in cross-border testing wholesale CBDCs. In 2027, it launched Project Jasper, which concluded with 4 phases, including cross-border testing with the Bank of England, the Monetary Authority of Singapore. The Bank of Canada is also part of the Bank of International Settlements Group of 7, which includes the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan, the European Central Bank, Swiss Swiss National Bank, and collaborating on retail CBDCs. Now, what that means is you just heard them say that they have been testing their CBDC project since 2017 with England, Japan, the European Central Bank, which I just looked at, the Swiss National Bank, and Swiss Risk Bank, which means that they are testing these things right now. So pay attention, people, because it's going through as we speak. While people have you worried about so many other things, you might want to be worried about what your money gonna look like in a couple years, because it's coming. And last but not least, we have the country of Mexico. It says Mexico's CBDC pilot program was launched in 2021 with a phased implementation plan over following 2 years. The CBDC, named the Metro Peso, is designed to operate alongside with a digital payment system which focuses on accessibility and security. High adoption rates are projected given the widespread of digital payments in the country. The CBDC is to enhance the financial inclusion of transaction and efficiency across the country, which means that it's already been launched. And just to be sure, let's look at it. It says, speaking to the country senator in April 2021, Bank Akin Governor Victoria Rodriguez-Cedeno mentioned that the digital peso should be completed in 3 years. Previously, Mexico had announced by Twitter that they would have digital currency of its own circulation by 2024. And in May 2022, the deputy governor stated that the digital peso would take form as a retail CBDC. The deputy governor emphasized that the non-banking people will be able to open account through Banks Akin's use of digital peso, right? He says Banks Akin considers the CBDC and its associated infrastructure a means of expanding financial inclusion, which means that next year, Mexico will have their CBDC. And as we can see, Canada's already kind of working on their CBDC as well, and it should be out sooner than we think. And let's see who else has projects going on. Let's see. Orange, CBDC. That's not working. Okay, so what countries is Iceland's developing one, but it's not really all that clear. Sri Lanka, but hold on. Let's go to the countries that actually are working on one. India, right? They had the digital rupee last time I checked, right? It says in 2023, India's retail CBDC architecture annual scale user balance for digital rupee to 1 million users and have prioritized offline capabilities. And it says they're working with the United Arab Bank. Says the Reserve Bank of India announced it will explore a development in interoperable CBDC frameworks with the United Arab Emirates. So we have India developing their CBDC project, as well as we've seen China, Saudi Arabia, right? It says in January 2023, the Saudi Arabia Central Bank announced that it would be increasing its research for CBDCs with focus on domestic wholesale CBDCs uses cases with local commercial banks and fintech. Look at some of the other countries on here. Ghana, how interesting, right? Ghana has their own CBDC. I do remember them launching the CBDC in Nigeria as well, but I heard it's not going as well. And this project was the pilot testing began in 2022. So let's look at some of the other countries. Oh, that's funny. You said it Bermuda. That's funny. Sweden. It says in parallel, it says the project is meant to enable cross-border retail CBDC payments. The project will conclude the end of 2022, final by 2023 final report. So, in other words, they've had this CBDC out for a minute, and their bank is collaborating with the Bank of Norway, Israel, and the Bank of International Settlements. Right? Let's look at some other countries. Kazakhstan. Now, I know Kazakhstan just announced that they would be doing a CBDC. It says in October 2022, the National Bank of Kazakhstan announced the additional pilot testing running through 2025, and it'll be testing the digital change on Binance's blockchain network. Interesting, because Binance is having a lot of problems in the United States as of now. Let's see. Of course, we have Japan, right? Japan also has a CBDC project. It says Japan will begin a pilot program in April 2023 to test the technical feasibility of the digital yen. It says Japan will establish a CBDC forum inviting private businesses engaging in retail payments and related technologies to participate in discussion. Based on the results, the bank will decide whether to launch a CBDC by 2026. I know for a fact that they're working on a project on the XRP blockchain from some of the research, some of the things that's been out there. Malaysia, it says the settlement reiterated in January 2023 when the BNC indicated that while research and assessment countries, they have made no plans to issue. So right now, they're not working on one, Malaysia. Let's see. Thailand. It says in June 2023, Thailand launched additional retail CBDC pilot program, which will include 2 banks and Singapore's payment service. The project will involve up to 10,000 users and run through August 2023. Let's see. I think I did that one already. Right. It said as a report released in March 2023, for the next 12 to 15 months, the central bank is focusing on testing a domestic retail wholesale CBDC. This is for the United Arab Emirates, right? So basically, they're testing the CBDC for domestic retail and wholesale and a joint proof of concept on the CBDC in with India and an extended software launch of Enbridge. Collectively, the bank refers to the CBDC efforts and strategy as digital dirham. Let's see. Turkey, all right? It says in December 2022, the Central Banking Republic of Turkey announced that it had successfully executed its first payment transactions using the digital lira. The CBDRC has indicated that testing with select banks and financial technology companies will conclude through 2023. It said the CBRT intends to launch a CBDC in 2023. So Turkey's talking on launching their CBDC very soon. Just in case I didn't, I'm going to go to the last one, Saudi Arabia, right? It says in January 2023, Saudi Arabia Central Bank announced that it would be increasing research of CBDCs with a domestic focus wholesale CBDC use cases for local commercial banks and fintech partners. So let's get time to end this. And it says the advantages of CBDC financial inclusion. As of right now, the United States is only 5% of the United States are unbanked. For China, 16%. For Europe, 3%. Now, what is the problem with CBDCs, right? The disadvantage in CBDC is privacy risk challenges considering the approaches taken by the United States, China, Europe, and Canada, balancing transparency with privacy. So what this means is that while we're under CBDC, it is considered public to the banks, which means that they can lock certain things down. Let's say we're giving the CBDC for food stamps. If you try to spend your CBDC money on anything other than food stamps, they can lock your account or lock the coin off altogether. That's going to be a problem because it gives more control, right? And the whole thing with that comes down to this, right? Ladies and gentlemen, the world is moving fast. My name is Kal. I give consultations on cryptocurrency, metaverse, NFTs, financial advice, and things of that nature. I've posted CBDCs, smart cities, smart grids, Starlink, Spaceverse, Metaverse, Omniverse, artificial intelligence, artificial general intelligence, organoid intelligence, all these things to paint a picture of the world we're getting ready to go in, right? There's an old saying that says birds before land. That before you get to the land, you have to see the birds. Well, at this moment in time, we're seeing the birds of where our society is going. A future, either dystopia or utopia, a la Matrix, Blade Runner, Terminator, Oblivion society. And it's going to be accelerating quick. As you can see, the plans I've shown in other videos, we have the timelines of 2030, 2045, and 2050. And if we're still rocking on this giant floating piece of mass in space, so they say, the world would be in a better place, a different place. So I do these videos for people to be aware that things are moving fast and that they need to really sit down and think about the future of the world for their children, for their family, and for themselves. Because a lot of this information is out there, but people don't seem to be too worried about these things that matter. So, as I always say, you can get in front of the future, or you can be a victim of it. The choice is always yours. This is Kal signing out. You have learned about what a central banking digital currency is and how they are being rolled out across the world. This is Kal signing out.